Hey guys, I'm Brandon. This is my stepdad, Lieutenant Johnson. How are you doing today?
Fine, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic.
Good.
Alright, well, I was wondering if you could answer a few questions for me about identity fraud.
Sure.
Alright. Well, but let me start out. So, what rank are you?
I'm a lieutenant, like you said, Lieutenant Johnston.
I did say that.
Yes, you did. When
Alright.
you introduced me.
You're right. Okay. Well, I'm going to start out with the first question now.
Okay.
What are the most common types of fraud or identity theft problems that you encounter in the Gwinnett County area?
Well, you'd have to say people are calling and saying, that somebody bought a car in their name, or someone's using their name. They've opened a bank account or got a credit card in their name. So it's usually stuff that people lose their identity, just from being careless with either their papers or their online shopping and stuff, and have lost lost their identity to somebody, and they're now using it for various reasons.
Is this typical for the country as a whole?
Yeah, it is. The the use of the internet that's going crazy now. People, I talk to people who say they go Christmas shopping and never leave their house. So the amount of people that are doing things online is going, it's astronomical. It's way more than it ever has been, and that's happening all over the country. Yeah.
All right. Over the past 10, 20 years, has there been an increase or decrease in these type of crimes, and why?
Definitely an increase. I would say probably 200-300% increase. And when I first started policing almost 20 years ago, I never got a call for somebody saying, hey, someone's doing something online, or they've opened. It just didn't happen as often as it does now. And again, it's the use of the internet and online everything.
Okay. What security features are in place to protect customers from the fraud?
Well, the new chip, that's the newest thing I think that people are using to protect their credit card information. A lot of websites are now, they're showing that they're a secure website. So whenever you log into a website and you're gonna buy something online, if you look at the top where it says HTTP, right before that there will be a lock. And if there is a lock there, then it's a more secure website than one that doesn't have it. So just, there's just little things that people are doing and that banks are creating. And again, the chip, that's it's in place now, but bad guys are finding a way around that now too. So.
Oh, wow. Okay. How successful do you think these have been?
Again, the chip, it's been working, but bad guys are finding a way around it. So anytime something new comes out, it works for a little while until someone figures out a way to defeat it and get your identity without it.
Do you have any printed information or websites that could provide me with information about these features?
I don't have any printed information, but there's a couple websites that you can go to. There's a whole bunch of websites you can go to, but some of them, if you go to the GBI, gbi.georgia.gov, the GBI has some stuff on there to educate yourself about identity theft. TransUnion and Experian, the major credit bureaus, they have stuff online that help you with identity theft and fraud.
All right. Approximately what percentage of criminals involved in fraud and identity theft do you think are ever caught and convicted?
It would be a single-digit number, I'm sure, less than 10%. It's hard to catch them. And as far as being prosecuted, that's again probably even harder. Once you catch them and then being able to prove that they're doing it, just the way the computer systems work and people are, the venue, which means basically where the crime occurred. So if you live here in Gwinnett County and your identity is stolen by somebody in New Zealand, I don't have the authority to arrest somebody in New Zealand where the crime is occurring. You're the victim here in Georgia, but the crime could be occurring in New Zealand, so it's almost impossible.
All right. So that's why it's so difficult then.
Yes, the use of the internet, again, you can have a crime that occurs in another country, but the victim be, your next door neighbor.
Crazy. What advice would you give young adults about how to protect their personal information, such as credit cards, debit cards, social security numbers, and online information?
Well, don't carry your social security card with you. That's just memorize the number, obviously, and don't be so quick to give it out. If you get an email that's offering you a free car, if you put in your name and your social security number, if it's too good to be true, it's probably not true. Some of the other things, your papers, any kind of pre-approved credit card offer that you get, make sure you shred those. Try to contact the company and tell them to stop sending you those, because if those get intercepted in the mail, a lot of times they have some of your pre-printed information on them, and then somebody can get a hold of that, open a credit card in your name, and have just give a different address, and then once they get the credit card, they can just use it one or two times and then throw it in the trash can, and now you're $10,000 in debt for something that you had nothing to do with. So shred your papers, be safe with your social security number when you're using your debit and your credit cards. Make sure you don't let anybody see your PIN number. Obviously, it's a good idea to change your PIN number every once in a while. When you use your credit card, if you go to an ATM machine or even a gas pump where you pay at the pump, just grab a hold of that receptacle where your card goes in and pull on it and make sure it's part of the machine itself. That's a very quick and simple way that you can make sure that they don't have a skimming device over the top of it that captures your information when you use it.
How do cops catch identity thieves?
A lot of times it's by luck. The white collar unit, which is our financial guys that are good with the computers and the numbers and all that stuff, a lot of times they're able to capture an IP address or something like that, and they can sometimes track it, and if they're lucky enough to where somebody in Gwinnett County is using that computer, then they can make an arrest. But again, a lot of times it's luck. You have a heads up teller at a bank that catches somebody with a check that just doesn't look right or something like that, and they'll call and stall the person long enough for the police to get there, and then we're able to make an arrest. But sometimes it's just luck. We arrest them for something else and then catch them doing these things as well.
All right. So do you have any personal experiences as a cop with identity theft?
I do, actually. I've arrested a couple of people for those kind of crimes, and it was just like a traffic stop that I made. One case was a traffic stop I made. I don't remember why I was arresting the driver, but I arrested the driver, and then when I searched the car, I found 5 or 6 different driver's licenses with that person's picture on it, all in different names. They had been printing checks in the different names, and they were trying to pass the checks at check cashing places. Some of the fly-by-night places that cash checks for people. They're just a quick, easy way for them to get money. And then another time, on a separate occasion, when I made an arrest on like a domestic case, and then kind of stumbled upon some information in a house that I found that somebody had taken mail out of mailboxes, and there was just loads of mail with other people's names and addresses on them, and they were obviously taking that stuff and getting people's identity and using it for wrongdoing, if you will.
Oh, all right. Well, that sums it up, but thank you so much for your time.
You're welcome.
I appreciate that. All right. You
Good
heard
night.
it here, folks. Great.